I ain't gonna expose. I'm not like that. I'm not a snitch. Virginity. It's a hush hush topic.
Yeah.
They love me.
Let's see if your parents raised you right.
It's deeper than the physical.
What up, fam? Welcome back to the Juxtaposition, everyone. Welcome back to the Juxtaposition podcast.
You should have waited until my head was up before you said that.
I'm your host, Swagman Nana.
I'm your host, JJ Jamma.
And I'm your host, Bernice, a.k.a.
Big
the best
Bama.
of the best out of the Juxtaposition.
Yo.
I'm AKA Janet Jackson. JJ.
I'm just Tyrese. Anyways, welcome back. Welcome back to our podcast. It was such a nice time. I don't know why I said that, but it's just such a nice time to just be here.
How was your day? Snip
My
it.
day is great because my shirt's released.
Woo!
Always and forever.
Why is it always and forever?
Yeah, why
It's
is
called
it?
Always and Forever because whoever's on the shirt, their legacy is cemented forever. So I have 3 shirts. I have Jay-Z, as you can see. Jay-Z is cool. I have Nollywood, Akim Popo, Eniado, along with others. Edo, sorry, my Nigerian people, I'm sorry. And then I have Chicago Bulls 1998 because I was born in 1998 and that was his last championship. And always and forever, because Jesus is always and forever in our world, in our lives. So, we got sprinkling Jesus there too. So go and copy your shirt, do everything.
Copy or cop?
Go and copy you a shirt, always and forever _ Juxtaposition merch coming soon, so support, please.
Guys,
Tryna
what
buy
do
a
you
house.
want? Because Nana's own, but ours will be fire.
So what are you trying to say? Mine's not fire?
No, but it's fire. But
I did this
ours
on
will
purpose
be
so I
super
can go
fire.
through the fire and see how it is and create the connections I need to connect.
You're doing well. You're doing well.
And I made $300 so far.
Congratulations. Good job.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're doing well.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
How about y'all? How about y'all?
How was my
your
day?
week?
How was my
Your
day?
weeks?
Well,
Day.
my older sister graduated
Whoop,
BNC
No, beast.
BCN
Yes.
Where's BCN?
Bachelor of Science.
in nursing.
BSN.
BSN.
Yeah,
You
BSN.
said BCN.
That's what she said.
Sorry.
Oh.
BSN in nursing. RN Christiana Urwale.
She's officially, not officially, she will
but
be soon.
she will be
Official.
a nurse.
Yeah. She's making that goes up. You know what I'm saying?
We're proud. We're
Yeah,
proud, very
we-
proud of her
yeah.
accomplishments in life. And we will soon be graduates as well.
By the time you guys hear this,
Hallelujah.
I'm going to be an official, I'm already an official graduate.
Bro,
but I will
she
be
had her
walking-
graduate. She graduated 2 years ago, dad.
It doesn't matter. I don't know how you
And
keep,
I'm not trying to
he
say
keeps
it doesn't-
downplaying as
No,
if
I'm
I
not
care.
downplaying, I'm just
Downplays
telling
her
you-
achievements.
I will forever,
just
if
telling
I
you,
have
you
to,
got
if
the
it's 3
plaque.
years, 4 years, 5 years, I will walk across that stage and they may make
And
sure they
shake the
know
president's
that
hand.
I'm not 214-078-067. I am Bernice Orwell, and I pay good amount of money
How much
for
money?
a lot. Okay, all right.
No,
so.
we celebrate you. Mine is in October, so
Yeah,
theirs is
man.
Monday, yours is next week something, but mine's in October, so I have a special date for mine.
People are going to forget about you by then.
Nope.
Anyways,
Anyways,
so let's start our topic. So basically, I got this topic because Nana was listening to The Breakfast Club, and
I love
think-
the Breakfast Club.
same. Do you really?
I like the Breakfast Club.
Okay.
Golly.
Sorry.
Were they-
You're more the real, like you like the real.
I know, and the reel's ending, guys. I'm super, super sad. But they
Oh,
had
the
great
ending?
8 seasons, and which means 8 years.
Oh,
of
wow.
Good
Did you-
television.
Do you think you watched 8 years?
I
She
think I
did.
watched.
Yeah, I think
yeah,
so.
Wow,
majority
you're
of 8
loyal.
years.
So wait, why are they ending?
Because I guess like their views on like television is not a lot, but their
Yeah.
YouTube views are really,
That's
really
what I'm
high.
saying.
It's
These
like so
people,
weird.
these executives need
So
to
maybe
understand
they-
that TV is not it anymore.
Yeah,
it's
so
the
their ratings
media.
on,
I've
like,
gone down.
Went down.
No one's on TV.
But their when they put their episode out, sometimes it's really, really late at night, like on certain stations. So people they
Miss
don't
it,
watch
yeah.
it or they miss it at that time. So I'm just like, man. But it was such a good show. Like you could just see their development and that people of color, Spanish, Black, Asian, like
It's
you
a-
never had a
a
show like
diverse-
that with all the ethnicities of women of color on a show that talk about all topics and that are just real. Like,
Yeah.
and that's why I like the show a lot. So, but sad coming to an end, but it was a great show, and I learned a lot of cool and funny topics from there too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're ending.
Maybe they'll
today. Yeah,
Oh wow, maybe they'll end up going on YouTube or something.
I hope.
Well,
so.
they all have their individual things that they're doing.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
But yeah, so back to what I was saying. So I got this topic, I got this topic from listening to the podcast or the Breakfast Club. They're talking about affection, how affection in your childhood from your parents affects your relationships in your life, and so that's our conversation. It's going to be about how, how we received how did our parents show affection to us, and how did that kind of what is it?
Depict like how we are today and how we receive love.
Basically.
How we
Or
give
show
our
love.
love
Yes.
today.
So, how did your parents, Nana? And the funny thing is, people think because you live in the same household, you receive the same, like you have the same perspective,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
actually not true. So, I just wanted to hear. But yeah, Nana, you go first. How did your parents show you affection, or did they even show you affection? Because you know, African household is.
They didn't.
Well,
They
in the
didn't.
beginning stages, maybe it might be different than now.
I'm talking about when you actually can
No.
remember. So.
Oh no. From what I remember.
Oh no.
Actually, let me not say that. Let me not say that. In an African household, it's kind of hard because they don't show affection. But as a kid, you kind of force yourself, the will, So I remember when my dad would be on the couch like this, his beer belly like this, and then while he'd be talking on the phone, my head will be like on his stomach or chest, and I could just remember that skin to skin action when I was a kid. But after that, when a kid doesn't really not want to, but when a kid gets older, they have to take the next step of give me a hug and stuff like that. So physical touch wasn't really physical touch. I think affection was through jokes or through other stuff. It wasn't, but I didn't want that. My dad would call me I don't even know what it means to this day. He would call me he'll call me Boachi Chang. Something like that. For my Ghanaian years, I don't know. I think that means last born or something. So when uncles will come, they oh Boachi Chang, Boachi. And then he would never say that when they don't come. So I'll look at him yo, bro, you're faking.
Yeah,
dog.
you're making fun.
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah.
you're actually faking the funk. Because you're portraying you're this great father, but you're kind of not, right? And with my mom, it was I just seen the way she was treated, so she kind of got a pass with me. I just was I need to love on her,
Yeah.
So she didn't really from what I can remember, she didn't really
Embrace
hug
you.
or I don't really think she did that, but I knew she loved me by how she would talk to me or how she would discipline and stuff like that. But I gave her a pass because I seen her being treated bad, so I'm yeah, man, it's not that serious, but. Yeah, I can say that's how I can say how I experienced it as a kid. But now, then I'll get into that later. But yeah.
Okay.
I would say that yes, they did. Actually, no, my mom did a lot of the hugging because my dad wasn't home and he's a truck driver, so he goes out for long hours, maybe weeks on a hand, and basically it was my mom's responsibility to kind of be the mom and the dad at the same time and kind of be the disciplinarian at the same time. So I think affection did come, but when we were young, I feel it was a lot more discipline, a lot more strictness because she had to kind of keep us in line and make sure that we weren't getting into trouble. But I think I always knew that she did love us. Of course she does, but also jokes, of course. And one thing I love about my mom, she's not no regular Nigerian parent that back home is very strict and very to the point, doesn't have a relationship or is not able to joke with their child, but she's super open to joke and doesn't find it at first it was probably rude, but now she gets it that we just want to have a relationship with her and that she just has a good understanding of us and that we're not troublesome and we're not out here and that we love her and
Not out here in the streets.
we're not out here in these streets, how we show love is by jokes, by just joking around with her, and I think that's a bigger part. Hugs weren't actually my mom does hug now. Actually, well, yeah. We'll explain later. But before I think I don't know if I'm trying to really think. I think she did give us a little bit of hugs, but it wasn't as vivid in my head. She gave us hugs.
I think, I think our mom was very, like, she not really, well, actually, no, she verbalized how she felt, like, in terms of,
Love.
like,
Yeah,
like, I don't
yeah,
think it was
yeah.
more so the physical touch. Like, it wasn't more physical. It was more so, like, but I think I wanted more physical than, I loved hugging my dad when he came back from work, so. Like, that was one of the things, like, yeah, like, I was very happy when I saw him. Like, it was nice to be like, oh my gosh, he's back. Like, he's here. I wish daddy, I'm saying daddy. I wish my dad was more affectionate.
Yeah.
Even now, I wish he was more affectionate. I think he kind of pulled back a little bit too. Yeah. So I think I longed more for physical touch than the verbal. Yeah.
Verbal, yeah.
Like even then I still wanted more verbal,
Affirmation or
like more like I love you.
yeah.
Like
I don't even think that was like, I don't know. Did your mom say I love you?
I love you.
Yeah. No.
I think I just
But
yeah,
I
I
know
just
she loves me. It's so
no, I know, but it's
weird.
not.
But the
I
verbal
feel
to
like
hear
it's
something
be-
is better
it's,
than to just be showing, because sometimes it's like you don't feel, instead, like you maybe they discipline you and you feel like they don't love you at that moment, but they do love you.
Yeah, like I just
So.
think like if they verbalized it a lot more, I think the way that I am now would be different, a little bit
You'd
more
be able
different.
to say I love you, or be
Yeah.
able to like love
It
on
will
on
be a
people
little
a
bit
lot
of the
more.
norm.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I would find it easier to love people and say it out loud.
Yeah.
Rather than like, because that's me. I'm more action based than more verbal. Like I don't tell you. I will show you, and it's you need both. I don't think you can do just one or the other. You need both. So how did that affect you? Because for me, I think it just made me more reserved in my expression of.
I don't know. I don't know.
How did that affect you? Like in your
No, I just feel like right now, like even growing up, I feel like I'm kind of wired different in a way.
you are.
You're so sweet.
He's wired
I'm kind of wired different where I give the love. Like I'm very emotional.
Which is, where did that
No,
come
but
from?
no, but I'm,
know.
but I'm saying because you maybe didn't get that expression or
You
that
want
love
people
as much,
to-
you also now you're just like I want people to feel like that. Maybe if you give more, then you receive that love that you wanted. So that's maybe that's why you act like you have this more of
Maybe
an
because I
affectional.
didn't receive it. So
Yes,
now I'm
and so
trying
you're
to
just like
give it.
you're trying to give it out as much as you can. Like when you give out more, then you think you'll get more.
Yeah,
from
I'm trying to
people.
just change the narrative. Like when my nephew came into my room yesterday, I gave him a hug. I said, hi. He gave me a hug. Hi. I kissed him on the cheek. Said, why? I miss you. Like I'm trying to make that the norm because that wasn't the norm for us, you know? But I do it's kind of iffy to like say like I love you to like,
A little boy or
I think to a man.
man.
I think to a man. Because when Ty, my friend, shout out Ty, but he doesn't listen. But shout out Ty.
Shade.
He would say like, yo, I love you, man. And then it'll be like, I love, bro.
Maybe
love. Not
Yeah,
like,
man, you saying love. I'm like, what is love? I
that's
don't
a slang.
understand.
But I'll be like, but me and Ty are like, and that's why I love Ty. We're getting used to like, yo, I love you, bro. Like, I love you, you know? Like, even like Matthew yesterday, we texted like, yo, I love you, bro. Like, you know, but I actually genuinely
No,
believe that.
No,
Like,
it's just I feel
The
like people
uncomfortability of doing it because you're
but-
not accustomed to
or maybe
that.
you attach it to a romantic sense because sometimes because you don't get it from your family as much,
You're trying to get it through
all you know
someone.
that love is through a relationship with another person,
Yeah.
not through your family. So I think that's something for me too. I struggle to like I ain't saying love you just to anybody,
Yeah.
but it's
But why
important
though?
to.
Jesus tells us to love.
No, I know,
Like,
but
we
I
should-
think because I didn't get that from my parents, like I don't hear it
Not
as
the
much.
norm.
It's not common. Even my extended like family, I don't.
I
you
think
don't-
only one of my aunts is like very
Who?
like Io's mom.
Oh,
She will say, I love you, Tala.
Yeah.
Like, I love you. Like, you're so great
Yeah.
and whatever. Like, she'll verbally say that to me. So that's the one. But everyone else, they physically show it. They don't verbally tell you.
the men in my household, we suck at between each other. We suck at like giving it to each other, if that makes sense. When my dad's not in my house, but like I'm just saying, even like the men, like when it comes to my uncles or like just to each other is so weird. Like it's very weird. I don't know why.
well then
And
is it because their fathers are not there? Is it because that's what I'm saying? Affection matters as a young child.
And I wish and my sister's my sister. I love my sister, but when it comes to the men, I wish it became the norm for us men, because I feel like it's very important
Speaking of,
between
like-
men,
Yeah.
the men, like, you know, yes, a girl, you kind of equate it, if that's the right word, you kind of like resemble it to like okay, I'm gonna treat my sister like this because I want to treat my future spouse like this. So you kind of look at it as practice, but when it comes to a man, it's like your own brother, your own
Yeah,
dad.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
feels kind of weird.
Yeah. But for me, like, how does that feel for you guys now that you transition into like not having the love? How does that affect the way you
Like in terms of relationships, like
or how you
pursuing,
are,
really?
not even pursuing, how you are as a person?
That's what I said. I said I'm not. I don't show. I don't say I show. I took that from my parents. They don't say, but they show through their hard work, through their whatever it is, buying a gift, through like doing something that you need help with. That's me. I just show you. I don't tell you. But I said you need both, because people need to be reaffirmed with words as well as with actions.
So you
Yeah.
need to start saying it to people.
Yeah, I do. But it's
So
She
how do you
cringes in
feel?
the inside. She's like,
How do you feel when you have new friends come into your life, or friends come into your life where, like myself, that give out the love?
yes,
and
we
they're
have
giving you
friends that,
hugs
Yes.
and
AKA,
stuff
we
like-
have our Krista and we have Rachel, who are
Yes.
very affectionate, and I think that's purposeful of why God brought them into our lives, because
we're so blunt. Well, at least
Not blunt,
I'm gonna
I
speak for
think
myself.
very
I'm
rigid.
very rigid. Like it's like I'm not. I don't know. I think Bernice is more rigid than I.
no,
am.
I'm not rigid.
But I'm
I think it's
I'm
a wrong.
Rigid, but
I don't think that's a word. I'm not rigid. I think I'm more so, like I said, like I'm not
you can't even like your body is so
wired not
accustomed
to do. Yeah,
like, it's kind of like a defense mode.
Yeah.
Like, you just kind of like block off the love. It's just like, oh, I do love you, but don't like we don't need to have
Yeah.
like that or like.
No, but it's
but it's good.
I
of
enjoy
course.
them showing affection. Like it's nice because then you like it's nice to receive and to make you like it's nice to come in and like somebody's like, hey, like, and they give you a hug. Like I love hugs.
No, yeah, I embrace
I
that.
do.
Yeah.
Like I enjoy that. Like that's nice to have. Like because hugs, I feel like it's like somebody's transferring their energy towards you, and it's like whatever you have on, it's like you kind of like,
Yeah.
okay, like it's nice to feel that energy. But yeah, I think it's important. Like I said, I'm grateful that they have come into our lives to show us what it means to be affection, like how to show affection towards friends.
Yeah.
Not just in a romantic relationship, like to
Yeah, they're a great
genuinely
example
show
of that.
your friends that you love them every single day, not just today and then I'll show you
Yeah.
next week. It's like, no, every single day. And I think that's important and it changes the dynamic of the relationship too. So
Yeah, it does. It changes the communication and how it goes. And I feel like me being like us not receiving love as much is kind of like it's kind of what's it called? It kind of ruins like how I see relationships, at least for me. Like there was an example of something that happened like a week ago or something like that, and I just became very defensive. I'm just like, oh, they're just trying to love me as a friend. But I'm like, no, you're trying to love me as a romantic. Like, you kind of get confused of like, I don't want that. I don't want that, no love. I'm just trying to like, so like,
That's
I'm
a
thinking
good
like,
point.
in a romantic relationship, am I going to block everything and like surveillance it and filter it out
a
and
good
see like,
point.
man, like, ooh, is he like, is he interested? Or does he want to be my friend? Or since I'm so like rigid, that's why I'm going to spin it. Since I'm so rigid, I'm gonna block off like every type of like love or affection or just like words of affirmation or just someone trying to be kind to you or love you in that way. That's how it could affect me.
I don't want to cut her out.
But go ahead, yeah.
No, but I agree, because sometimes it's a mind game where it's like, yo, like, okay, if you start getting more closer to this person of the opposite sex,
sorry, Uncle, please in the mic.
Sorry, I think I'm speaking in my. Like, you don't want to become so close to the opposite sex, because like you're scared of like, what if the person may catch feelings, but you're just being nice. Like, you know, like, and you're not interested in the person, but you just never know. So then you start to take some steps back. But it's like, that's why it's tricky when it comes to boy and girl, to be honest. I'm not going to lie. It becomes a little bit tricky Like, I don't know what to give out. Like, you know, I don't know when's
How
my
much
boundary.
do you
Like,
go?
with the man, I can go full-fledged. You know, with certain women, I can go full-fledged. But, like, not everybody can't get that because it's just, I don't want, it gets tricky. And I don't need those problems in my life. I don't need people falling for me.
That's what's gonna happen, though. That's
I
just
don't
the-
know. It can happen.
That's just the relation
But
world
no.
and how you
That's
think
how-
of it.
that's how it
as,
goes,
But I don't,
you know?
I don't cross the boundary. But yeah, that's how I feel. I don't know if you guys feel like that, but it's that I'm telling you, like, oh, this person bought me coffee.
Why? Then I'm like, why?
Or this
Because
person
maybe
says,
because they
wow,
love me or they're trying to show like genuine.
Nana, your arms are so nice.
That's
Oh,
a compliment.
I know it is.
And
but
anybody
like-
can give you a compliment.
I know.
But then we start like,
No, but that's crossing the boundary.
no, but
It
then
becomes
no, but then,
flirtatious.
no, but then I'm-
Everybody has those moments. Everybody has those moments. I'm just saying, but that's not what we.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, you want to receive love. I mean, you want to give love to people, but then there's boundaries. Or like, you want to give love, but then there's a threshold where it's like, maybe I should just calm it down because I don't know where this can go, and I don't want it to go somewhere else.
Yeah,
That's
I
what I was
think
trying to say.
giving love to the opposite sex can be very difficult.
Yeah.
It can be very confusing. Where's the line is, where the threshold is. Like, what do I do to show them love but not look like I'm interested? Love your brother and sister, but it's like,
But love,
much do I
love
love
can be
them?
shown in different ways,
what I'm
right?
saying.
I think
Yeah.
we can be very. Sometimes we can narrow ourselves in terms of what love is, but love is like helping out, or listening, or just going out together. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be like telling you, right? So, but I was gonna say, what in terms of like relationships, how does that affect your perspective because of how you received affection in your life?
You want to go first or you want to go first? I mean, you want to go first, Bernice, or you want
I mean,
go
for me, it takes longer because I don't
Why?
like. I think for me it was more so the father aspect. Like, I just wanted my dad to show me more love. Like, not like he doesn't. Like, I know the way. Like, especially when you grow up in that era of work hard and provide, and that's all that you need to do as a man. Just provide, work hard. Obviously protect your family. But I think my dad had that mentality because of how he grew up and what age that time he grew up in. So I don't blame him, but I'm like, I really wish that he was more verbal with his words and more affectionate with his like actions. Like, he just felt like money and like providing is the way I show you love.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I just wish that would have helped me in terms of how I see relationships. Like, I'm like a soldier. Like, it takes long.
Yeah.
It takes long for me to kind of like allow people in, and like, it may look like I let everybody, but it's not. It's just not like that.
Yeah.
So it takes time, because you know how if you receive, and also it also affects the way I view God too. Like, it takes much longer for me to trust God, because love and trust, I feel, go hand in hand.
For sure.
So like, I think you need both.
Yeah.
Like, and so like the way I view God, it's like it takes me so long, especially if it's like, like, do this. Like, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna wait, and I'm gonna wait. And I'm not moving. Right? And so it's like, or like when people say in church, like, oh, God loves you, it's like, I know he does.
Yeah.
But like,
I don't feel
yeah,
that.
like, what does that look like in my life?
So for you to go maybe to the next step, like with your two fathers, and like, what do you think? Like, do you think?
I just have to let it go and just like really believe that what is true is true. Like, I need to obviously remember that my father is a human being and he is flawed and he's not going to get it perfect. But at the same time, I also have to verbalize what I like. But for me, I have zero patience to explain. So it's like, I have to take my time to explain to my dad, like, oh, like so-and-so or this and that. And explain how I feel, because sometimes you
Bernice
can
has
say,
a short fuse.
I just feel like when
we
people
know.
no, it's not I have a short fuse. It's when you don't understand what I'm saying. That's what I get, a short fuse. Like I explained it once, twice, 3 times, and you still don't understand what I'm saying. That's
You
when
have
I
to give them
get.
grace, though. And
No,
the
I
third
know, and
time-
that's what I'm saying. It's like I get annoyed, but that was not what I was trying to say. But in terms of like relations and stuff like that, like yeah, it's like it takes longer for me to process.
One thing I want to say, PSA, fathers and mothers, especially fathers, because I'm a man, please love on your children, or they'll go find love somewhere else. And then that snowballs into something else.
Yeah.
Please love on your nieces and nephews, even uncles and aunties. Love on your nieces and nephews, because they're going to find it through something else. And it's very important to show your kids love, man. Like, man, watch a movie together, snuggle. I don't know, because now we get to a certain age where we're trying to, like, unconsciously, though,
Yeah.
seek it through others.
Yeah.
Unconsciously. And I don't like that. Like, bro, there's no way, especially in this generation, Gen Z, let's just say Gen Z.
Gen Z is.
There's no way you guys
searching
should
for
mess up,
love.
bruh. There's no way you guys should mess up, bruh. We have everything. Everything is in our face.
But also, it's like you have all that back history of like your parents raising you, so it's you don't really.
It's just a broken system.
But it'll
all
always
the
forever be a
time.
broken system. I think maybe Gen Z is a little bit more aware because
They are.
because every generation will be more aware than the one before it.
Yeah.
But it'll still be some struggles because you were grown up by maybe a baby boomer or 90s, 80s baby or something like that. So we just have to be more patient
And
with
the hustle
people.
culture too. Stop with this hustle culture and
Yeah,
love
that's
on
one
your
of the things I
kids,
don't
dog. Love
be
on your
doing.
kids. It's actually it's urgency. You need urgency. Love on them and show them affection. Stop with this hard stuff. And I'm like, oh, we have to be tough, or I'm providing for my kids, so that's the love I'm showing them. No, man, we don't want that, Bregin. We want affection, because everybody's not wired like Nana. Different.
Yeah, I wish my dad.
But we
hugged
don't want
me
you to
more.
spill over, right? We don't want you to spill over. So like,
I know that's the problem I have too. Whereas, okay, so now in my case, when it comes to relationships, I'm like overly emotional or like
Expressive.
I don't know where that comes from. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's because I actually don't know, to be honest. Maybe I need to figure that out. But then it could be a good thing, and then it could be a bad thing, because you're running fast, and then this person's not running as fast as you are, and then that can mess everything up, right? So I think it's just finding a balance, but I think I'm trying to still discover why I'm like this. I don't know.
one day we'll
It's
figure
a
that
day
out.
by day experience that we figure out ourselves.
Do you guys have a guess?
About why you have.
Why I act like this?
I just think it's a longing to be loved.
Yeah.
So I just like I said before,
Maybe
like
you just
it's
have
more
a
so
stronger
like.
desire to be loved.
So the more you pour
I don't
out,
know.
I feel like it's like you might unintentionally be doing this. You don't like the more you keep pouring, the more you receive. Like you want some, like the more you keep giving somebody, then they'll love you for whatever you're doing. So then that's when you receive the love. So that's my guess. I don't know if that's true, but I think like at the end of the day, it's good to be balanced.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to be like both ends at the extremes, like overly expressive in terms of emotions and like letting it spill over, and then being so rigid that you don't show any affection at all.
And also, I think the mentors and people in my life kind of filled that gap for my mom and dad, to be honest. Because I never
Yeah, but then like it's one thing for me is like I don't want to be like, oh well, my parents are just gonna be like that forever, so I guess I'm just gonna have to get used to it. Because when you have kids, it's going to change. Everything about how they view, like how they're treating their grandchildren, it's going to change. So that's what I'm saying. So like,
It's in a different generation.
Yes, but you don't want to pray.
newer
You don't want to
generation.
wait. Like you want to kind of build it up a little bit by kind of like trying to change the way that they look at things. Because I know that parents, like especially if you're born in the 60s, 50s, yeah, it's gonna take some time. It's gonna take some time, but I know that it does happen. Like they actually take into consideration if they're willing.
The conversation came up. I think it was from Red Table Talk where Jada's mom didn't show affection to Jada,
And then when
Yeah,
Willow
Jada.
got
And now
all
they're-
the love,
all the love, right?
so
Because you don't want
Yeah.
what happened to you and how you grew up to be in your child as they grew up. So like you change as the time as the generation goes by. You never stay the same. You're always evolving to be
Yeah.
a better parent than your parent was.
yeah.
So
So, yeah, but I think this is a great conversation. Affection is important, parents. And for those who do struggle to show affection, I think it's good to learn
Yes.
to be
Yes.
more affectionate and to share your thoughts and
Yes.
being more expressive.
I'm
And if
too
you are
honest.
overly emotional, try to learn to balance it too. It's not,
Do I balance it well?
I think people around you help you balance it.
Yeah.
So, and then you learn, like eventually it's like you're using training wheels and then eventually you kind of
Yeah.
learn how to do it on your own. So,
Yeah.
But don't just be a provider, guys. Please.
yeah.
Please.
Fathers, you're not
Please.
just
Yes.
providers, you
Please.
are lovers.
Be
You're supposed to
there.
be like our, our Heavenly Father obviously is perfect,
A
but
picture.
but that's you
Yeah.
are giving us a picture of what the Heavenly Father is like.
Yeah.
So.
Be with your child. Take your child out on dates. Spend time.
Yeah,
with
man.
them.
I remember
Small.
when my dad like would take
That
us
was
to
a
the gas
time,
station
yes.
and buy us Mars bars and say those are
Snickers.
important. Like those are key things. I would never forget those moments because it's like, oh my gosh, every time I look at a Mars bar, I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Those are key moments in your life. So definitely build those relationships with your children. If you're a father and you have a daughter, even with your son, just do the best that you can, and just know that they will remember everything.
Mm-hmm.
From the smallest things to the largest things. So
Can I ask one more question?
Yeah.
Do you think like you guys are ever gonna have that conversation with your dad?
I think when we have children,
I think they're
or maybe
becoming softies
when
right
I get
now.
when I get married, or when
Yeah.
I have a boyfriend.
I think they're becoming softies. The older they get,
I'm telling you,
the softer they get.
when one of us get married, I'm telling you, something's
My dad's
changing. It's
already-
it's changing.
My sister, oh my gosh, Christiana, my dada is a graduate. So about to shed tears.
Oh, my
I'm like, oh my
baby.
baby. I'm like, yep, there it is.
Yeah,
So they have it in them. They just
Yeah.
gotta pull it out
yeah,
somehow. So
yeah. They have definitely softened up a little bit.
they
more.
have softened up. Yeah.
If you got daddy issues, please
Take it to the Lord and go
Yes.
seek therapy.
work. Yes, seek
Take it to
therapy
the
and take
Lord.
it to the Lord because
In prayer.
Say it again.
it's gonna
Take it to
affect.
the
It's gonna
Lord.
bleed into other
In
things
prayer.
if you do
Say
not.
in prayer.
In prayer.
In prayer.
I was
In
talking.
prayer.
It will bleed
That
onto
song
other
is called
things.
"What a Friend We Have in Jesus." So if you need to go, Chandler Moore has a version of it. It's really good. So that's why. I
That
just-
was the song goes to Christiana. And then you catch along.
Yeah.
All right.
That's all we have for this conversation.
I hope you liked
Leave
it.
your comments below. Let us know your thoughts about this conversation and how your childhood was affected.
Yeah, we
by
should do some polls on Instagram.
parents. Yeah,
and-
affection and how that changed your perspective on relationships, friendships, all that stuff that happens in your life.
Yeah.
If you have not subscribed, please do so. Check us out on. We don't have Twitter or TikTok. Y'all know it's.
We do have Twitter.
Well, Twitter's not booming right now. TikTok is dead.
Yeah.
Our TikTok has died. So we're on Instagram. We're not on Snapchat, but we are on Instagram. So make sure you
Yes.
follow us. And we are on all social media, not social media platforms like podcasting.
Podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Google, Apple, Spotify,
Yes.
you name it.
Rate us. Remember to rate us.
Yeah, rate us.
Yeah.
Send
And
a
you-
comment underneath.
Yeah, and yeah, what I was gonna say, we hit 200 subscribers. We're
Yes,
trying to
we're
hit.
at 201 now.
Oh,
Oh,
201?
202.
Oh,
okay.
see, slowly. I think God is really testing our patience and really just saying, just enjoy the process.
Endure.
Endure.
Yeah.
Endure.
So,
It's a good thing to remember.
so as we sign off, I feel like you should start doing like a send off prayer.
Okay.
Why are you laughing?
Because you're looking at me like. Well, I just pray that you have a blessed week and that God will meet you where you are, and that whatever you're going through, that you'll get through it and you'll make it over the storm, and that
It
God
don't
loves
last.
you. God definitely loves every part of you, the good, the bad, the ugly. So that's my prayer for you guys in this
Yeah,
week.
The storm don't last, man.
It's just the season.
Mm-hmm. And that's all, folks. We're the Juxtaposition Crew. We're out of here.
Peace. Ew.